In this video, I'm going to give you a few tips on recording your poem as an audio file. There's a couple of ways to go about doing this. I'm going to give you just two real simple ways. The first is to use an MP3 player or a similar device to record your audio. And let's get started right there. There's several different types of players out there nowadays that have audio recording software built in, voice recording software built in. The new 5th generation iPod Nano has this built in. So does a small device called the Sansa Clip, which is an MP3 player and voice recorder and FM tuner. The Sansa Clip's relatively inexpensive, and then you can also, like I say, record voice on it. When you do record the voice onto your device, you're going to want to then upload it to a computer so you can actually edit it. Most of these devices have some sort of connection in which you can just plug it in. Most of them are USB based, and you can just basically just drag and drop the audio file that you've recorded onto your desktop or some other file structure that you've already set up. You can also record using an iMac computer or any computer that's made that has a built-in microphone. Lots of computers nowadays are coming, especially laptops are coming with built-in microphones and also webcams that are built directly in. So this is another great way to record your audio. You could also purchase a stick microphone. Stick microphones are relatively inexpensive, and using a stick microphone, you can normally get pretty good sound, and you could record yourself directly onto your computer. I'll tell you how to do that in just a second. There's a couple other options. There's headset microphones out there nowadays, which are used normally for Skype, for talking to someone through voice over IP. These are very useful and normally have a pretty good sound quality. If you're looking to do a lot of recording in the future, my suggestion would be to purchase a Blue Snowball microphone. The Blue Snowball microphones are very robust and are USB based, so you don't need a separate mixer in order to record. All you need to do is plug that Blue Snowball microphone directly into your computer, and most computers will recognize it, and you can use it as a microphone to record. And it has a very good sound quality on it. Nearly studio quality, actually, and it can record both omnidirectional and unidirectional, so you could record an entire room or just yourself talking directly into it. Now, when you're recording, a couple of things to keep in mind. Don't try to speak too closely to the microphone. If you do speak too closely, sometimes you can get a popping sound. If you're recording onto an MP3 device, my suggestion would be to set it on a table. Be near it. You don't want to set it across the room so it sounds like you're recording from far away, but you want to be near it. But I would not hold on to an MP3 device while talking. You'll get a lot of rubbing sounds with your fingers on it or similar sounds. I wouldn't also clip it to myself either, because sometimes you'll get clothes rustling as well. So I would try to set it on a table and try to speak near it but not into it. If you're going to record in a room, try to make sure the room is full of things, but not people. I wouldn't record in an empty room. An empty room produces a lot of echo, so maybe talking, into an area of the room that is less prone to echo is useful. And also, don't record around a lot of other people, because you could get a lot of background noise. I try to make sure that it's nice and quiet to try to preserve the quality of your voice. So once you've actually got your recording, you're going to need to edit it. Now, if you were recording onto a computer directly, you're going to need a way in which to capture that audio, because if you're going to record to the computer needs to have a program running in order to record that audio. So my suggestion would be a free software out there called Audacity. Now, if you go to audacity.sourceforge.net, this is freeware. It's an audio recording program. Audacity is very easy to use. Now, in order to use Audacity, once you've downloaded it and installed it, if you open Audacity, you'll see there's a big set of buttons on the top that look a lot like, say, a CD player buttons or old tape player buttons. They're very universal. You can see that the play is the green triangle, the back and forth, skip back and forth and fast forward look very similar to what you would see on, say, a modern DVD player. And then there's a record button. Obviously, that big red circle is the record button. You're going to want to record your voice directly on. You're going to make sure your mic is set up on Audacity. In order to do that, you're going to want to go to the Preferences page. I'm using a Mac. This is very similar on a PC as well. If you click on Preferences, it'll show you the input and output, audio input and output. You're going to want to use the device that you've chosen. In my case, it's the built-in output and built-in microphone, but these could change depending on if you're using headphones or if you're using a USB connection device of some sort. So once that's set up, all you need to do is click the red button to start recording yourself. And as you can see, I'm recording myself as I'm talking here. And then once you're done recording, you're going to press the square, the yellow square, to stop yourself. Now you'll have your full WAV file created here. Now, in order to edit this file, if you stopped in between or if you'd like to take out a pause, all you need to do is highlight, holding down the left mouse and clicking will highlight, and then you can edit, delete, or you can turn it to silence. If you like the pause, you can keep it in there and just silent that area. And as you see, it goes down to a flat wave. The wave here, by the way, it represents your voice. So as the amplitude of your voice goes up, the wave itself goes up. So you could see on here, it's a visualization of what I've actually spoken. So it's very easy to play and then listen to and find exactly where a sound starts and stops. So you can cut out portions of the poem that you've read, and if you don't like the way a certain thing sounds, you can always go back and re-record. Once it's completed and once it's edited, you're going to want to go to File, Export as WAV. Now, if you export it as a WAV, it'll show up to whatever file you have decided to export it to. You can export it to that location, and then you'll have a contained recording of your poem. Now, these don't send very well because WAV files are very large, so you'll need to find some sort of MP3 converter. If you look online, I know you can find a lot of free MP3 converters. I like Switch, but there's a bunch of others out there, and even iTunes can convert waves into MP3s. All you need to do is search for that and find a way to do that. Like I say, there's many, many, many ways to do this. And then you'll just send off your MP3 for submission. So good luck, and if you have any questions, you can always contact me at bcicirel@gmail.com.